Wish y'all peace and blessings, wholeness and health, love and light. Hope, peace and blessings, wholeness and health, love and light. Peace and blessings, wholeness and health, love and light. We're going to talk about power today. Yesterday was illusion. And breaking the illusion get us into power, so we're going to speak about power. I looked it up as usual. Put together my own significance. And it read, before I do that, I want to go into the synonym finder right quick. Give y'all a few words. Power. Of course, I already know every definition we get about power is probably going to be external. But since we've been our focus on going through the seat of the soul, being based on focusing on the inner man, we're gonna flip the script if that be the case and internalize the word power where need be. Power, ability, capacity, capability, potential, potentiality, the stuff. What it takes, the goods, intelligence, brain, smarts, mother wit, native ability, a mind for, aptitude, talent, faculty, gift, genius, skill, flair, bent, turn, knack. That's interesting. What I looked up was we define spiritual power because I want to focus on the internal use of the term power. We define spiritual power as faith in a higher power via God, whether you call it God, Buddha, the Orishas, your higher self, source, whatever. It's your choice. A conscious offering of a sense of peace. A conscious offering of a sense of peace is a frequency, it's a vibration. Otherwise, how can somebody else be a recipient of it? A conscious offering of a sense of peace, confidence, and hope. When you see or when you are connected with this limitless love and energy, you feel good, positive, and relaxed. Interesting. Power or power energy is the clay that molds our reality under the guidance of higher dimensional intelligence, the gods, whatever you want to call it. Since astral energy is beyond the physical energy string, a level that designs our reality, one can theoretically and actually use it for reprogramming purposes. I'm going to read that again. Since astral energy is beyond the physical energy string level that designs our reality, one can theoretically and actually use it for reprogramming purposes. How do I know? Because I reprogram myself daily to get into the vibrational frequency of the person that you see in the day. Because if you know me, you know I ain't always been this person. Making our own choices is a form of power. Yet, power means standing strong, but sometimes it means choosing to step aside. And that's deep. Power means standing strong, but sometimes power means choosing to step aside. Going to the seat of the soul, y'all. Power. My affirmation today was I accept responsible accountability for my well-being. Well, actually, that's my affirmation every day because I make a habit of feeling good and feel good for no reason at all. Because every day is not a good day, contrary to popular belief. So I exercise my power by taking control of my emotional accountability. What is the nature of power? What does it mean to be a truly powerful human being? Power is not the ability to assert your will upon another person. There is no inner security in that kind of power. That is the attribute of time, and as time changes, that changes too. Do you have a strong body that others cannot challenge? That will change too. What will you do then? Do you have a physical beauty that can be used to influence others? That will change too. What will you do then? Do you have a cleverness that maneuvers others? What happens when you are too tired to use it, or you miss the opportunity to have used it? If you are not at home in the world, you live in the fear of one who can never truly relax and enjoy life. Is this power? There is no power in fear or in any activity that are generated by fear. There is no power in the thought form of fear, even if it is supported by armies. Example, the armies of Rome disappeared more than a millennia ago, but we feel the effects through a human life form right now today. You are only as powerful as that for which you stand. Do you stand for more money in the bank and a bigger house? Do you stand for an attractive mate? Do you stand for imposing your way of thinking upon others? These are the strands of the stand of the personality seeking to satisfy its wants. Do you stand for perfection, for the beauty and compassion of each soul? Do you stand for the power, love, and clarity of wisdom? Do you stand for forgiveness and honorableness? These are the stands of the personality that has aligned itself with its soul. This is the position of a truly powerful personality. Power is energy that is formed by the intentions of the soul. It is light shaped by the intentions of love and compassion, guided by wisdom. It is energy that is focused and directed toward the fulfillment of the tasks of the soul upon the earth, and the development of the personality as a physical instrument of the soul that is appropriate to those tasks. It is the force that shapes the illusion into the images of the souls that are creating it, and not those of their personality. What does this mean? There is a continual energy exchange between souls. This exchange is splintered when the personality is splintered. Energy, power, leaves a splintered personality through each of its different parts. If one part of you fears the loss of your job, another fears the loss of a relationship, another dreads confrontation with an unpleasant coworker, power flows from you without conscious control, and to many people without even conscious knowledge of it. This is how the energy dynamics of unempowered personality works. This is a fractured being. When energy leaves you in fear or distrust, it cannot bring you anything but the same thing. When energy flows from your system in fear or distrust, you experience a physical feeling of pain or discomfort in that part of the body that's associated with that particular energy center. When you fear for your ability to protect and care for yourself in the world, to pay for your rent, as example, to keep yourself from physical or emotional harm, when you see power as external and you feel that you do not have enough, or the lack mentality, to ensure your well-being or your safety, you experience discomfort or pain in the area of your stomach, in the area of your solar plexus. What we call anxiety is the experience of power leaving through the energy center that is located in this area of the body, the solar plexus. An anxiety attack is a massive loss of power from your system through that energy center. Power losses affect the surrounding parts of the body. Power loss through this center, for example, can cause indigestion. If it is chronic or acute, it can ulcerate the stomach. When you feel that your ability to love or to be loved is threatened, when you fear, for example, expressing your own love or receiving love from another, you will experience physical discomfort or pain in the region of your chest, near your heart. What we experience literally as heartache is the experience of power leaving in fear or distrust through this energy center. Have you lost a mate or a child or someone very dear to you? Sort through your experience. Determine what it is that you felt. You will discover that your body hurt, that you were in pain in the vicinity of your chest. That is the experience of power leaving through the chest center. That is what a heartache is, the loss of power through your heart center. Chronic or acute loss of power through the heart center results literally in an attack of the heart. There is more to heart attack than cholesterol in the blood and other conditions of the physical system. Every distress and every dysfunction of the physical body, every illness can be understood in terms of power loss to an external circumstance or object through one of several energy centers within the body. We call them chakras. You lose power when you rage against an injustice. You lose power when you are threatened by another person or other people. You lose power when you distance yourself from your fellow humans out of resentment or bitterness or a sense of disappointment, unworthiness, or superiority. You lose power when you long for something or someone, when you grieve, when you envy, etc. Beneath all of these is fear. Fear that you are vulnerable, that you are not able to cope without the person or the situation that you miss. Codependency. That you are at a disadvantage without that which you envy in the first place. You lose power whenever you feel. That is what a lost power is. You do not stop losing power by refusing to recognize fear, by anesthetizing yourself to what you feel. The road to authentic power is always through what you feel, through your heart. The way of the heart is one of compassion and emotional perception. Therefore, it is never appropriate to suppress an emotion or to disregard what you feel. If you do not know what you feel, you cannot come to know or master the splendid nature of your personality and to challenge those aspects and those energies that do not deserve your development. You will not know how to disregard something that is no longer necessary for your growth and for your growth. By remaining in your power, you do not become a static energy system, one that holds energy to itself. On the contrary, you become a stable energy system, capable of conscious acts of focus and intention, willpower. You become a magnet for those who are illumined and those who want to be. At issue is the manner in which energy flows from you. When energy leaves you in any way except in strength and trust, it cannot bring back to you anything but pain and discomfort. An authentically empowered human being, therefore, is a human being that does not release its energy except in love and trust. I had to really discipline myself and really work hard inwardly to come from a place today that everything I do it in love, regardless of what strike against. An authentically empowered person is humble, not humble in a lowly sense, but honorable to itself and honorable to all life forms. This does not mean the false humility of one who stoops to be with those who are below him or her. It is the inclusiveness of one who responds to the beauty of each soul, who sees in each personality and in the actions of each personality the soul incarnate upon the earth. I make it a habit of trying to see myself in everybody, regardless of if I do something, if I don't do something that I might be looking upon or not. It's no judgment. It is the harmlessness of one who treasures and honors and reveres life in all its forms. All lives matter. No isms. Are you concerned for the earth? It is the humble who have never harmed the earth. What does it mean to be harmless? It means being so strong that you need not harm a creature. That is what it means. You are so able and empowered that the idea of showing power through harm is not even a part of your consciousness. Without genuine humility, you cannot have this kind of power, because power leaves you when you feel that the situation you are in or the people that you are with do not command your respect or is out of your control. A honorable spirit, I'm going to replace humble with honorable. A honorable spirit walks a familiar world. I'm 420 friendly, y'all. People are not strangers to it. They are its companions upon the earth. A humble spirit does not ask for more than it needs. And what it needs, the universe provides. It's a faith walk. Trust me. A honorable spirit is content with the fulfillment of its authentic needs. And it is not burdened with artificial needs. I am authentically me. An honorable spirit is free to love and to be who they are. They have no artificial standards to live up to, nobody to compare to. They are not drawn to the symbols of external power. I do not compete for external power. This does not mean that I do not take pride in what I can do well, or that I do not focus my efforts to produce the best that I can, or are not spurred or onward by my fellow humans when that is appropriate to my situation, but I don't need it. I'm my own cheerleader all the time. To compete means to strive for something in company or together, to aim at something, to try to reach something, to seek after something with others, not against others. To compete, I'm going to repeat. To compete means to strive for something in company or together with others, not to be better than or look like you got more than anyone. If the something that you aim for is prestige or notice or a gold medal instead of a tin medal, it is your personality that is motivating the competition. You are striving to empower yourself at the expense of others. You are striving for external power. By striving for this reward and that reward, you ask the world to assess and acknowledge your value before you can value yourself. Man, you place your sense of self-worth in the hands of others. You have no power even if you win every gold medal that the world can produce because you have no sense of self-satisfaction. If what you seek is the joy of giving without reservation, of giving with purpose and joy and consciousness all that you have to the effort that you and other souls are creating jointly, your competition is the expression of your soul in a creative format. When the effort that finishes last in time has the same value as the effort that finishes first, when the quality of the immortal, timeless soul is honored instead of the time-bound personality and flesh body, when your giving is not impeded by fear or vulnerability, when the size of color or shape of what you receive or does not matter, you will know the power of the honorable spirit. An authentically empowered person is one who forgives. Forgiveness is not a moral issue, nor an external issue. At heart, it is an energy dynamic. When most people forgive, they do not want those that they forgave to forget that they forgave and forgot. When most people forgive, they do not want those that they forgave to forget that they forgave and forgot. Y'all caught that? This kind of forgiveness manipulates the person who is forgiven. It is not forgiveness at all. It is a means of acquiring external power over another. Forgiveness means that you do not carry the baggage, the residue, the past energy of the experience. When you choose not to forgive, the experience that you do not forgive sticks with you. The energy sticks to you. When you choose not to forgive, it is like agreeing to wear dark, gruesome sunglasses that distort everything. And it is you who are forced every day to look at life through those contaminated lenses because you have chosen to keep them. Change your glasses. You wish everyone else to see the world that way because you wish to see the world that way. And it is only indeed the world that you are looking at, but it is only you who sees it. You are looking through the lenses of your own contaminated eyes. Love. Forgiveness means that you do not hold others responsible for your experiences. If you do not hold yourself accountable for what you experience, you will hold someone else accountable. And if you are not satisfied with what you experience, you will seek to change it by manipulating somebody else. Complaining, for example. Any of y'all know complaining spirit? Complaining, for example, is exactly that dynamic of wanting someone to be responsible for what you experience and to fix things for you. Complaining is a form of manipulation, but you are free to move beyond that into the next step, which is perception and sharing without manipulation. What is at stake is not your sharing, but the intention behind it. When complaining is used instead of sharing, that is what becomes negative, but not the sharing. It is how you cast the sharing or shape it before the intention with which you share. Before you share, ask yourself, what is my intention in picking up this phone and calling such and such to talk about such and such? Am I looking for a particular response? Use this as a way of centering your attitude before committing energy to words. When you assume responsibility for what you experience and share what you experience in a spirit of companionship, that is the same as forgiveness. When you hold someone responsible for what you experience, you lose power. You cannot know what another person would do. Therefore, when you depend upon another person for the experiences that you think are necessary to your well-being, you live continually in the fear that they will not deliver. That's powerlessness. The perception that someone else is responsible for what you experience underlies the idea that forgiveness is something that one person does for another. How can you forgive another person for the fact that you have chosen to step out of your own power? When you forgive, you release critical judgment of yourself as well as others. You lighten up. You do not cling to negative experiences that resulted from decisions that you made while you were learning in the first place. Most people can't accept or admit the fact that they don't know that they thought they knew. And life is showing us this. I don't care who you are or what you think you knew. You know, life has shown many, if not most, that you did not know what you thought you knew, and you maybe should have held on to the people who did. That is regret. Regret is the double negativity of clinging to negativity. You lose power when you regret. If one person grieves at his or her experiences while another is able to laugh, who is the lighter? Which is harmless. The heart that dances is the innocent heart. The one that cannot laugh is burdened. It is the dancing heart that is harmless. And it's crazy because right now today, man, I talk to a lot of people. You know, I share my juice with a lot of people. And it's crazy that most people, and most people that you may talk to, you probably find out they can't even laugh at themselves. They tight on themselves. That's bondage. This does not mean that you do not learn from what you have experienced and apply that in each moment as you make your decisions. That is responsible choice. That's power. If you are doing all that you can to the fullest of your ability as well as you can, there's nothing else that is asked of you. Trust the process. An authentically empowered human being is clearing his or her own perceptions and thinking. Clarity is the perception of wisdom. It is seeing with wisdom. It is being able to perceive and understand the illusion and to let it play. It is being able to see beyond the activities of the personality to the force of the immortal body, or the immortal soul, pardon. It is being able to understand what it is that it is striving to come into being. The health and integration of the personality and the evolution of the soul. We're talking about wholeness. It is the ability to recognize non-physical dynamics as they appear within the world of time and matter. It is understanding the laws of karma and attraction and their relationship to what you experience. You notice I'm not saying understanding, I'm saying understanding, because when you understand, you're not even creating no negative karma for yourself. It is being able to see the role of responsible choice and choosing accordingly in each moment. Clarity is the ability to see the soul in action in the physical world. It results from choosing to learn through wisdom instead of fear and doubt, instead of brutality and force. Clarity allows you to experience your fellow humans with compassion instead of judgment. Can you not see the karma that another is created for himself or herself? Excuse me, y'all. Can you not see the karma that another is creating for him or herself by choosing the currents of anger or greed? Have you not made the same choices yourself? I have. Have you not felt vulnerable? Have you not struck out at others? I have. Clarity brings forth true compassion, the sharing of passion with others. It allows the energy of the heart to flow. Clarity turns pain into suffering. It sees the dynamic of the personality that is the cause of the pain and the relationship of that dynamic and itself in it, and works to change it. It is the perception in each moment that everything is designed for wholeness and perfection, and every aspect serves ultimately a beautiful learning lesson. An authentically empowered personality sees perfection of each situation and each experience for the evolution of each soul and the maturation of each personality involved. It sees perfection in the smallest details everywhere. Wherever it looks, it sees the hand of God. As I say, God is not my name. God is my nature. And all I see is God everywhere. Clarity evaporates fear. It allows you to choose the vertical path and to stay on it. It allows you to understand the dynamics beneath your addictions, what your addictions serve and how they operate, and to make the choices that will disempower them and empower you. It allows you to challenge not merely a force that you do not understand, such as attraction to alcohol, drugs, sex, or whatever, but a dynamic that you understand in terms of its causes and its effects. It allows you to choose consciously and to know why you are choosing as you do. Clarity allows you to see the world of physical matter for what it is, a learning center. Therefore, it allows you to recognize the effects of the intentions that shape the personal reality of each human at work at levels of reality that are created jointly. It allows you to see, for example, the extent to which relationships between nations have been shaped by the energy of the personality, and the extent to which they have been shaped by the energy of the soul and your relationship. And to recognize that recognize that the energy of the soul is entirely lacking at this level and at most others. Clarity allows you to see that the decision-making process within the human condition is linked to the evolution of others. And in that way, it allows you to see that you participate in the evolution of joint energy dynamics such as the archetypes, the collective human ideas of sacred partnership, male-female, wife and husband, priest and clergy, etc., through the decisions that you make. It allows you to see that your contribution to the evolution of your soul is precisely the decisions that you make at each moment, and that those decisions are embodied in the physical reality that you share with your human fellows. An authentically empowered person lives in love. Love is the energy of the soul. Love is what heals a personality. There is nothing that cannot be healed by love. There is nothing but love. Love is not a passive state. It is an active force. It is the force of the soul. Love does more than bring peace where there's conflict. It brings a different way of being in the world. It brings harmony and an active interest in the well-being of others. It brings concern and care. It brings light. It washes away the concerns of the personality. In the light of love, there's only love. There's a relationship between love and power and the transformation of the quality of experiences that occur within the Earth School as a whole. The type of power that you are trying to transform in yourself is the type of power that needs to be transformed in general upon the Earth. There are numerous beings who are drawn to violence, violent fantasies, and violent acts. Most of them essentially center in the fact that the individual, him or herself, feels powerless and victimized and therefore wants to live for a brief period of time with one other human being, a sense of being empowered, but there is no genuine power to be found in that area. It is through the evolution of your own conscience, through focusing on more and more empowered choices, that you create the distance that is necessary between you and your negative emotions, and heal yourself in such a way that violence no longer asserts itself in you. To heal violence, there must be love. Love is the energy of the soul. Therefore, the experience of giving and receiving, of living a life of love, fulfills the personality. It is something that the personality continues reaching for. Reaching for love unconsciously can produce anger and fear. This happens when the personality does not see clearly what it is reaching for, which is the case with addiction. To reach for love, you got to be love, and if you be in love, love will find you. If you reach for an addictive sexual relationship, for example, you are reaching for love. It is the illusion that you think that you are reaching for something so manly or womanly. You are reaching for love, but you will not admit it or will not deal with it, so there's anger within you because there's a level of energy and emotion that longs to be born, but is never given an outlet. And it's emotionally, spiritually impossible to have a sexual connection with a human being and not ignite certain emotional patterns. But they are continually dead end street when there is no relationship or true emotional feelings to go with the act. Sacredness. Therefore, there is a level of brutality, frustration, and eventually emotional disease, which results in physical illness and breakdown, and eventually relationship, because a significant pattern is being tremendously abused. Remember, you do get what you ask for. You are seeking external power, there's only emptiness there. When you seek to dominate another, you dominate no one but yourself. The loving personality seeks not to control but to nurture, not to dominate but to empower. Love is the richness and fullness of your soul flowing through you. Let it flow. Humbleness, forgiveness, clarity, and love are the dynamics of freedom. They are the foundations of authentic empowerment. May your dome be free, and your heart soar, and your spirit fly. Peace and blessings, love and light, wholeness and health. Press them likes, man. Share and subscribe. One, this is Sawu the God.